Talking away. Oh, I don't know what to say. I'll say it anyway. Oh, today's another day to find you shying away. Whoa, I'm becoming take on me, take on me, I'll be gone in a day or two. Take on me, da da dum 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 dum, da 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 dum 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 dum, da 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 dum 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 dum, da 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 dum dum dum.
So needless to say, thoughts and ends, I'll be stumbling away, slowly learning that love is okay. Say after me, it's no better to be safe than sorry.
Take on me, take me on, take on me, I'll be gone in a day or two. Oh, take on me, da 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 dum 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 dum, da 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 dum 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 dum, da 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 dum 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 dum, da 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 dum 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 dum, da 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 dum dum dum, da 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 dum 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 dum, da 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 dum dum dum, da 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 dum dum dum, da da da. Things that you say, oh, is it a lie for just to play my worries away? You're all the things I can't remember, you're shying away. I'll be coming for you anyway. Take on me, take on me, I'll be gone. Take on me, take on me, take on me, I'll be gone in a day or two. Da 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 dum 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 dum, da 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 dum 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 dum, da 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 dum 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 dum, da 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 dum 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 da da da.
Good evening. My name is Christian Martinez, class of 2022. As a part of STMC's Truth and Reconciliation journey, we must acknowledge that, as settlers, we are fortunate and blessed to live, work, and play on the ancestral and unceded homelands of the Hunkamayam and Squamish-speaking peoples. We extend heartfelt appreciation for this opportunity and will strive to honor the land, ancestors, and current peoples of this territory as we move forward in our journey. Inspired by a vision for Catholic education, based on the essential elements of the Blessed Edmund Rice Christian Brothers, for almost 6 decades, St. Thomas More Collegiate has been a shining example of a secondary school community centered in faith. And St. Thomas More Collegiate education goes beyond academics. STMC offers students a second home, an extension of family, and develops a student's character and faith. It is a place where young adults feel a sense of pride and teaches them how to participate in a thriving and active community. As a member of this school and a student council, I'd like to give a heartfelt thank you for joining us today.
Hello, I'm Diane Doyle, President here at St. Thomas More Collegiate. It's my pleasure to welcome you to our virtual open house. We're delighted that you've expressed interest in learning more about STMC and the wonderful accomplishments of our staff and students. and the community that's formed by our parents, alumni, and donors working with us. St. Thomas More Collegiate is affiliated with the Roman Catholic Archdiocese of Vancouver. The Archbishop grants us the ability to operate as a Catholic school and holds us accountable to align with Catholic values, but does not have a responsibility for our governance and operations. Rather, STMC is set up as a charitable trust and is governed by a volunteer board of directors that includes parents and alumni. St. Thomas More opened in 1960 with about 110 boys and has consistently evolved over the years, now being a co-educational school since 1998. STMC is one of the Christian Brothers schools and is guided by essential elements of Blessed Edmund Rice. Blessed Edmund Rice established the first school in Ireland in the early 1800s, and now there are hundreds of Blessed Edmund Rice schools around the world. We have just completed an important milestone for STMC in that we've completed a strategic plan which will guide us for the next 5 years. It includes a really exciting long-term vision to rebuild the school. Our mission statement calls us to learn, lead, and serve. Our vision is that for every night we'll optimize their potential to serve others and create a just and caring world. Our values include values of faith, community, excellence, and justice. I hope that you will decide to join our community and help us as we continue to evolve and provide educational excellence and innovation, strengthen our engaged community, help us to steward our resources, and ensure a vibrant future. It would be our privilege if you would join and partner with us in developing the capacity for each of us to learn, lead, and serve.
Good evening. Through the advent of technology, we are able to come live from here at STMC straight into your homes. Good evening, my name is Steve Garland. I am principal at STMC, proud and blessed to be so. I know full well that the decision that families are about to make as a husband, a father, a teacher, and a school leader, how difficult that is going to be for a lot of families. And we are so blessed that you've taken time to join us this evening. We know the choices are there for you to look at a number of different places, and we're really just pleased and honored that you're looking at our school as well. We would like to take the next probably 60 to 75 minutes. We've got a combination of some pre-recorded pieces. We want you to hear directly from our students, from our staff, from our parent community, and interject that with some live pieces that we have here at the school, as well as some interactive conversations, some chat room conversations that are going to take place at the end of our kind of our live performance this evening. What I do hope is that by the time we finish, you get a better sense, if you don't know already, who we are and what we're about. I like to say that we are a school that punches way above our weight. We are a school that is now starting our 7th decade here in Burnaby and at this location at 12th and Kingsway, the home of the Knights. We're a Blessed Edmund Rice Christian Brother school, and as Ms. Doyle, who you just heard from, our school president, said, we are a Catholic affiliate independent school of the Archdiocese of Vancouver. But we have a very long-standing tradition here, providing a real strong academic as well as faith spiritual background for the students in the Lower Mainland, the sons and daughters of individuals that have gone through this building since then too. So we're pleased that you're able to join us this evening. In addition to myself, we're also going to hear from a number of our kids, a number of our staff, a number of parents, but my co-MC this evening is Mr. Joe Adams, our senior school vice principal, and Joe will be coming in and we'll be going back and forth this evening. Tonight's virtual open house is giving us an opportunity to hear directly from people that, as a parent and as a student, we know that you want to hear from most. So we're going to take some time to do that. What prospective families can expect from us, the givens. We are a top academic school. Our students receive entrance into schools across this country and increasingly around the world for programs, specialized programs, where our students are more than competitive of getting into programs. That's a given. You expect a first-rate education. You also expect that we're spiritual stewards, working with families on the faith and development of faith of your sons and daughters. And that too is a given. The other givens that you would expect are all the trappings that would come with a Catholic independent school. For those of you that know us, you know that we also excel in the areas of the arts, the applied and fine arts, our performing arts, as well as athletics. But the piece that we as a community probably have more near to dear to our hearts is our area through action and advocacy as servant leaders. And we're going to hear a little bit more about that and that phrase as we go through this evening as well. But I have to be honest, as much as families are looking for a prospective school for their special individual, we too are looking for the right individual for us. We kind of cheesily might call it students that have what we call as the night stuff. A combination of things, not just a matter of take and the things that you would get as givens from being a member of our school, but how can you make us a better place? That is critical, it's key. And as you're going to hear from a number of our students, and you'll be able to see a number of those students at our student panel live at the end of the day in the chat room, at the end of this evening in the chat room, that's a big part. It's a matter of not only finding out where we can fan the passions within, but how can students and indeed families give up their gifts of their talents, of treasures of time, and the gifts that they have to give to us in our community. So ladies and gentlemen, we do hope that the prospective knights that are out there, the class of 2027, you have the night stuff. And we will take this little bit of time over the next little while to kind of play with that idea and talk more about it before the end of the evening. But right now, because we can't get you in the building, physically at least right now, we're going to take you on a bit of a tour. If you've been in our building before, there have been a lot of changes over the last number of years, really because of the largesse and generosity of a number of our former students, as well as members of the community that have either small or little or no connection to our school, just know what we do and want to help and support us. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you can, kick back. We're going to take a little drone tour through our building. Thank you. There are a lot of things that the pandemic has made really difficult. This evening is a highlight for our school and our community. We typically have, easily 800 parents and students, prospective parents and students in our school and our community on the evening of our open house. And it's augmented by literally well over 100 of our own kids taking our parents on tours of the school, taking prospective students and parents on our tours of school. This is just a way for us to be able to bring you into our building remotely. If you want to have a further look, I urge you to go onto our website. We also have a virtual tour of our facility as well that will give you a better sense of our physical plan and the things that we have to offer. A little bit more of some of the changes as we get towards the latter part of the night, but right now what I'd like to do is turn it over to the people that we always say do the best job possible of selling our school and our community, and that's our students. So here we go.
To me, STM is more than just a school. It's a family, it's a community, it's a home away from home. I get to go see so many people at the school that I built relationships with, from my peers to the staff to everyone, the brothers. It's just an experience that I'll hold on to forever, and the people and the community is just really what shapes STM.
I find STM to be really special because it's such a community, and that there's this real sense of pride when you're going to STM. And I've never seen that in any other school.
STMC, ever since I got here, has always kind of been like my home away from home. It's always super nice just to like see all the familiar faces, all my teachers, like just know I'm safe here.
I love going down the halls and not even seeing like my friends, but being able to just talk to anyone at the lockers, hey, at the stairs, hey, you know, just seeing whoever is there, it makes the connection in the community so much better within the school.
Everyone gets along and everyone supports each other. People show up to games, they watch choir. Everyone just is there for each other.
And it's really great because there are so many opportunities for a person to grow.
My dad attended this school way back when, and it made such a big impact on his life that when I was deciding what high school to go to, I just knew I had to come to STM because I knew I wanted to experience the same thing that he did.
Everything I've been through at the school is through my friends, through teachers, through my brothers, and even some of my cousins have been here. Now the legacy that is left with everyone, and now I have my nonna coming to watch games and my family at the football games, and everybody's present in the school in some sort of way. They've sort of built relationships that'll last a lifetime, and they wanted me to feel the same way.
Honestly, when I walk in the halls of STM, it just feels different for me.
You're treated like somebody who has potential, someone who has value. You're treated like your future self instead of your current self.
I think teachers are a huge part of who we are, who students are. Like every day I come to the school and the first people I see are Mr. Garland outside and Mr. Adams in the foyer. It's really important to me to make sure that I acknowledge them, and I think that's a big piece of their life too, is to make sure that we feel important in the class and in the halls, and just know that we're all here for each other.
They really put a lot of effort and time into getting to know you and getting to know who you are.
It's like perfectly mutual, like we give and take. They gave to me, you know, a passion, a spark, and then I gave back to them like my dedication and time and hard work, and out of that we've made a great relationship.
So STM for me is like where I met my best friends.
It's just kind of been a second home for me.
Definitely, I would want my kids to attend here. I don't even know if I could say that.
I hope my kids can come here because I know that they'll enjoy it as much as I have.
What this school has done is it's taught me who I am and who I'm going to be and who I want to be, and that hopefully is going to lead me down the right path as I go in the future. And they always say once a night, always a night, so I know if I'm ever needing support or anything, I can always come back here. People will always be here for me.
I think the connections built here are for sure meant to last a lifetime, and I think that's so important with the school. Who you spend your time with and the teachers you spend your time in a classroom with and the people you see in the halls just make a big impact on you.
Well, I'll tell you, every day I say to people, I'm a blessed man and I live a blessed life. And I mean that wholeheartedly. And one of the reasons for it is you got to see some of them right there. Those individuals represent the best of who we are and what we're about. And the magic that happens when you put that synergy into one place. A combination of just amazing individuals, human beings, students, coupled with a phenomenal group of staff to help lead them and work with them and alongside them. So I want to thank our students for that. The next group of people that we want to kind of speak directly to you are our parents. Someone said to me years ago when I was beginning my journey as a school leader, if you can pick your parents well, you're going to have an amazing place. Well, I'll tell you what, we pick our parents incredibly well. Please, a note from our parents.
Hi, my name is Jason Chan. I'm a grad of 1992. I'm a former board member at St. Thomas More and a proud parent of my daughter Mia, who's now a grade 9 student at St. Thomas More as well. Some of the questions that were asked of me is, why choose STM? Well, I can tell you, one of the main things that I chose STM is because I believe in the foundations of the school. Firmly, I'm an example of that. I've been a police officer for the last 22 years for the Vancouver Police Department. And I can tell you that nothing makes me prouder than the fact that Mia has now joined STM. And I'm lucky to say that my son Caden, who's going into grade 8, will be also joining, hopefully, fingers crossed, St. Thomas More in the future. Words that come to mind when it comes to St. Thomas More. The first thing, and one of the most important things, is family. That's how I truly believe St. Thomas More is. It's the feel that I get when I walk in through the doors. And even just right now, just walking in through the doors is exactly how I feel. There's nothing but people in here that make you feel welcome. The school is and always will be a part of my family, part of the cloth that formed who I am today, and will also form my children in the future.
Hello, my name is Carissa Del Rio. I have been a proud STMC parent since 2003. I am the mom of five amazing young men, graduated in 2008, 2012, 2015, and 2018. My youngest is currently in grade 11. These are the reasons why we chose STM for our children. My husband and I wanted a faith-based co-educational school focused on academics and the fine arts. In 2003, we, like yourselves, were invited to an open house. Then Principal Mr. Darrell Hall spoke passionately about the school, religion, and community. After that, we were totally sold. We had found our school for the next 2 decades. This has been our experience with STM. We were greeted and welcomed by experienced, knowledgeable, kind but firm teachers. We were welcomed by wonderful parent volunteers and the ever-present, ever-loving Christian brothers. The years just flew by, and we witnessed our children and their friends find their talents and who they wanted to be for the future. My son became a music teacher, the other one became an actor, and the other two developed computer games. They became confident, articulate, kind, and compassionate young men. This is what my husband and I had hoped for. I envy you, viewers. My time at STM is coming to an end, but yours is just beginning. Add your story to the history of this amazing school. You won't regret it. God bless.
Hi, my name is Dan Eisner, and my wife and I are the proud parents of Jackie and Kate, who graduated from STM in 2014 and 2018. I also continue to volunteer, and I'm currently the chair of the board of directors here at the school. So the question, what drew us to the school? And really what it was that first impression, that vibe, that feel, that culture that came through right away. And I can tell you that came through every day that our kids were here. But at the end of the whole journey, what really stuck with us the most with STM is the breadth of excellence at this school. Whether it's academics, athletics, science, art, advocacy in the community, the school does everything so well. And there are other schools out there who excel in maybe 1 or 2 of those areas, but I just firmly believe no school does everything so well as the folks at STM do. And really what this means is, regardless of the passion that your child has, they can come here, grow, thrive, and excel. there's really an opportunity for every child at STM. So we loved our experience. We continue to volunteer for the school and support the school. So it was one of the best choices we ever made. Thanks.
Welcome back. I'd like to introduce myself quickly. My name is Joe Adams. I'm the Senior School Vice Principal. Transitioning into a new school environment. It can be a little bit nerve-wracking for new families and for new students. Every year at STM, we receive new students from all over the Lower Mainland, from the Tri-Cities, and also from the Fraser Valley. We have new students that have attended CISVA schools, we have new students that have attended public schools, and we have a variety of students who have attended other independent schools. We know that this transition can be difficult, and as a result, we've done our best to ensure that when a new student comes into our community, they feel safe, and they feel welcome, and they feel part of the community before they even walk through our doors. So as soon as they get the news that they have been accepted into STM, we want them to feel like they're part of the family. Right now, let's hear from our current students, and they can tell you what STM did to help them feel like part of the community and to make that transition into high school a little bit easier.
When I first came here in grade 8, I was really shy. I didn't really do much, but I was always supported and pushed to do more things. They always knew that I could do. So when I first came in, I just joined football, and that was really it. I was just kind of like a one aspect person, and then going on, I met Mr. Loy and I joined Chamber, and ever since then I've just tried to do as much as I can. I met Miss Lawang and I joined student council, and it's just kind of like, you never know what your strengths are until you try it out, I guess. And coming to STM has really allowed me to try out everything.
A thing about me is that I really hate change, and it's really hard for me to adapt to something. And so when STM really was open about exposing all their clubs and all of their opportunities, it was just really nice to know that there was something for everyone's interests.
Ever since I was young, I've always been very shy, not one to put myself out there, but coming to the school and being part of all these clubs and sports, especially student council, has really encouraged me to take risks and be more confident.
The transition to high school was made easier by the Jumpstart program that happened over the summer. It allowed you to get a head start on math and English, as well as do fun activities with most of your future classmates. So I was able to find a lot of friend groups to sort of interact with during this time, and I still look back on it with fond memories.
It was a 2-week program in the summer right before you started, which was really helpful because everyone is nervous when you start at a new school. So they did some like courses, but mostly it was field trips and experiences like that, and that helped you with bond with people. And the courses just like gave you a little like taste of what STM would be like and the course load.
There were so many cool things like the knighting ceremony and the grade 8-12 mixer, and it totally pushed me out of my comfort zone. And then I was able to actually feel like I belong here, and I wasn't scared of walking through the hallways, and I wasn't scared of the super tall grade 12 giants. I mean, maybe just a little bit, but not super scared.
My favorite memory associated with the school, I feel like one from grade 8 is definitely the knighting ceremony, in the sense that it's kind of like the grade 8's day, and so you feel really special, especially being knighted by the grade 11s and 12s. And now, me being a grade 12 student, I'm able to do that to the grade 8s, and I'm kind of like passing the torch down to the grade 8s. And I feel like that's a really special thing that you can't really get anywhere else except for STM.
So STMC has just been such a great community because we realize that everyone's different. Everyone needs different things. Everyone communicates differently. But no matter what it is, we'll still be one great community.
Welcome back. At this point, we're going to move into our final messages of the evening, but before we go into our breakout rooms. The focus of our next section is servant leadership and the Knight's Cross. The Knight's Cross is a visual illustration of our holistic approach to faith and our approach to teaching and learning. Servant leadership and our Knight's Cross are how we stay connected to our roots as a Edmund Rice Christian Brothers School, and also to our legacy as an Edmund Rice Christian Brothers School. The arms of the Knight's Cross, which fan out as a Celtic cross, remind us that faith is at the center of everything we do at STM. And projecting out from that faith-centered focus are action and advocacy, academics, athletics, and the arts. Together, a faith-centered education, servant leadership, and the Knight's Cross provide all the members of our community, staff and students, with a roadmap for building character. Let's hear from some of our staff and some of our students as they discuss how servant leadership and the Knight's Cross are crucial to celebrating the dignity of every person and to developing the whole person here at STMC.
The way that I see leadership at STMC is a special kind of leadership. It's a type of leadership that you don't see everywhere, and it's servant leadership. And servant leadership is special because it's got specific qualities. And one of the qualities of servant leadership is that you try to make other people the best version of themselves. And another quality of servant leadership is that you always put other people's needs before your own needs. And the third quality of servant leadership is that you don't lead by pushing people. You don't lead even by dragging them forward, but you lead by walking with people. And basically, it's the ultimate lead by example. So you lead by doing the right thing, by doing good things for others, by putting other people's needs before your own needs. And the idea is that when other people see that, they're inspired themselves to become leaders, to become servant leaders. And that is the type of leadership that abounds at STM. You see it everywhere. And it's as I say, it's a special kind of leadership. You don't see it everywhere, but you see it everywhere at STM.
I just really seen how mentors can really shape who you are. As a grade 8, I was very shy, and having that guidance and mentorship from my teachers from grade 12s has really enabled me to gain my confidence and has taught me how to have a good work ethic.
Being in grade 9 and playing with the grade 10s was just a really interesting experience. You get to learn a lot from them and just kind of like really grow as a person and as a player through playing with people who are a lot more experienced than you and who have been at the school for longer and who just know more, you know. Being the grade 10 or being the, you know, the older kid and being able to help out the younger guys is really great. You just get to mentor them and really help them grow as a player and a person.
Well, my experience really taught me a lot about leadership and patience, and you just need to know how to utilize all their talents to make the group stronger.
I think it's super important that you kind of have this element of trust between the different grades, because it's just, you can look up to the older grades and then you can mentor the younger grades. So
as a person, I feel like now I'm just able to help pass down what I've learned, especially playing up at a young level. I just grew from the other older teammates, and so now I'm able to pass down kind of what they taught me and what I have learned to the other younger members of my teams.
We have been able to kind of mentor other people around me, and I would say help out like the grade 8s and the grade 9s. So it's really important to try to get into a leadership role, especially at STMC, because you know, you never know what sort of difference you can really make.
Hi, my name is Ben Johnson and I'm a teacher here at STMC. I'm also one of the many alumni on staff, which is a pretty unique feature of our school. I have the privilege of speaking to you briefly about one of the arms of our Knight's Cross, Advocacy and Action. As a religion teacher and the Green Team Club moderator, advocacy is something that is near and dear to my heart, and we've begun an initiative this year alongside our annual service projects to encourage our students to engage in advocacy. Our hope is that our students will continue to serve our school and our community in the various ways they've always done, but also for our students to identify and target the roots of injustice. We know there are many challenges in our world right now, and so students are encouraged to find an issue that resonates with them and work to solve that problem. We believe this is an important aspect of our faith. We want our students to stand in solidarity with those marginalized by poverty and injustice. We want our students to celebrate the value and dignity of each person, and we want our students to help to create a more just and caring world. Take care, everyone. We look forward to welcoming you into our community.
Being at this school and seeing all the role models around me, the teachers and the students and the programs, I feel like I've stepped into my shoes, and I know what I'm supposed to be doing as a Catholic. I know it's all about what I'm going to be doing to other people, how I'm going to reach out to everyone around me, and how I'm going to live like a knight. And that's exactly what this school is all about. How are you going to help your community? How are you going to help your friends? How are you going to help your teachers? And I think that's what makes this school so amazing, is that everyone's reaching out to everybody around them. So it makes this huge community where everyone feels welcome and helped. And then we can be a knight to everyone around us. So
coming to STM and having like religion classes, I got a new perspective that I wouldn't have gotten from my own family.
The part of the Knight's Cross that has shaped my experience at STMC the most has to be advocacy and faith. And I'd say that because STMC is really about giving to others and helping others. As you see, this community is all about that, all about advocacy and service. And yeah, a lot of people don't think about that when they're applying to different high schools because they're like, oh, well, I just want to, prepare my sons and daughters for the future. Well, by preparing them for the future, you need to prepare them to be kind people, because the more kind people we have right now in the world, the better our future will be and the better our world will be.
Growing up, I was baptized. I went to a Catholic elementary school, but it wasn't that much part of my life. But coming to STM, just the community, the faith community has really just brought me to who I am and shaped me into the individual I am today.
At STMC, we believe that the fine and applied arts contribute to the development of a full, well-rounded educational experience for all students. We believe that students are able to express and create in the fine and applied arts. They develop deep cognitive skills that transfer far beyond the classroom and into their personal lives. At STMC, we have a number of fine and applied arts options for students to take part in, from art to drama, woodworking to robotics, choir to band. We have a place for every student and for every interest. Our visual art program develops creative sketching, painting, sculpting, and beyond in the use of mixed media. Our drama program builds the principles of dramatic performance through improv and acting, eventually leading to full productions of plays and musicals. Our woodworking program is unique with its small class sizes with many hands-on creative projects. Our award-winning music program boasts 11 performing ensembles at all levels, with a little under half of the school population being involved directly in the music program. These top-ranked ensembles all perform regularly at school functions, music festivals, in the community, and they travel within North America to further enrich the students' musical and cultural experiences and understandings. Through striving for excellence in all that we do, the fine and applied arts at STMC makes a lasting impact on the development of students, which enriches their lives far beyond the classroom.
When I came into STMC, I didn't really see myself as a music type of person, but I started out by joining band, and I really enjoyed it. I play the electric bass guitar, and I also play the upright string bass. I've been in it for 4 years now, and I can say that it has really added to my experience at STMC. The band program has been great as it's allowed me to make friends and new connections, and honestly, I'm just so grateful for it. And music has helped me not only with my communication skills, but develop another lifelong skill that I will be using forever.
The band community has been really nice. Ever since grade 8, I've been playing the tenor saxophone in concert band and then jazz band. I recently joined in grade 11. Playing different genres of music with different people and everything. It's just really served as an outlet for my expression, artistically and in some cases emotionally as well.
I really took a liking to watching the choir sing. It surprised me how much I like not being involved in the arts, but watching other people excel in the arts.
I had the opportunity to see the chamber choir before I even joined or knew about the choir program at STM, and I knew right at that moment I wanted to be a part of that community. Everyone at STM, especially the choir teacher and the older students in my choir at the time, they really helped me develop the character that I am today and helped me to strengthen everything that I was weak at and everything that I was already good at.
Hello, and welcome to St. Thomas More Collegiate. My name is Mr. Borthisel, and I am the school's athletic director. Athletics play a positive role in the development of individual character and the growth of confidence and self-esteem. Learning to deal with pressure and to perform in the face of adversity enables our athletes to develop lifelong skills they can implement for the rest of their lives. By teaching our students how to train effectively and compete, we provide students with opportunities to achieve athletic excellence through organized sport. We expect commitment from students, coaches, and staff, and we recognize and value our athletic achievements and celebrate our successes. Taking part in athletics empowers our students and helps them to become better leaders. We encourage all of our students and staff to show their school spirit by getting involved, whether as a manager, official, coach, or fan. Our goal is to instill pride in STMC athletics among the entire school community. Our dedicated coaches bring it all together. Their passion for the game and the time they spend with our young athletes inspires our Knights to reach their goal and sometimes pursue athletics beyond STMC. Many of our Knights go on to play CIS or NCAA athletics, and some even beyond that. I look forward to welcoming you to St. Thomas More Collegiate and to following and supporting your athletic journey.
Ever since I was young, I've always been involved with sports, and just coming to STM, I've been able to join the basketball team, soccer team, track team, and it's just really enabled me to get into the community, build relationships with my peers, my coaches.
I'm involved in the volleyball, basketball, and soccer teams, and I have been for a while, and so it's just something that's really important to me and has made a big impact on my life, because the team community is something that you really can't get in any other aspect of this school.
I'm an athlete, and soccer, volleyball, basketball, everything. That's what I look forward to every year is definitely sports and playing with some of my best friends, not even my grade, but grade 12 and grade 10 now. Every grade. I feel now I can go in the hallways and say hi to everyone, because I've met them in such a different way, not even as a student, but as a player and now as friends.
I'm not an athletic person at all, but I really see the beauty in how STM really prioritizes their athletics, and how watching sports, whether it's intramurals at lunch or football games or Chancellor, we all come together as one and we all support each other, and it's really fun and it's a really great time for the entire student body and the staff as well.
The sports here, the teams are really good, and going out to games is like one of the best experiences that I've had here. Just being on the sports team here has let me make amazing friends and develop me as a player, but also as a person.
As a person, it definitely helped me grow my leadership skills.
It just helps me realize how diverse our world is, and helps me get a grasp for how everyone is. I'm on the football team. I'd speak to one of my football team members a little bit different than I'd speak to someone in my band community. So it's really helped me get a grasp for how people are and really develop myself, as well as develop my communication skills with others.
And in grade 12, I've seen how impactful it is to have such a community. I was always a very shy kind of athlete. I would always kind of stay on the side. But now that I'm a senior and I'm on the basketball team, it's just really enabled me to put myself out there.
Hi, I'm Joe Muse. I'm a senior physics and astronomy teacher here at St. Thomas More. We are committed to providing experiential science opportunities outside of our class that go above and beyond what's part of the normal curriculum. We have students that take part in the Students in the Beamline program through the Canadian Light Source, Canada's national synchrotron, and our students get to go and conduct research of their own design at Canada's kind of most expensive piece of scientific equipment. We were the first Canadian school to take part in the European Space Agency's CANSAT competition, and we have a modern physics club that goes and looks for opportunities to explore the new horizons of physics research. We have an astronomy club where we get out and look at the stars on a regular basis and explore opportunities in science.
Yeah, and then I came here and we got to choose different things, and science became so much more than just sitting in your class and reading out the textbook. It became so much more. Like, I discovered that there's so many different aspects about it, and I totally found love with all the different academic things, even math, even everything. And now I've totally switched. Like, I want to go a full academic route, and that surprised me. I didn't think I would ever find that kind of passion in academics at school ever.
So my favorite part of working here is seeing all the energy when I walk around in the math department. So of course I'm in the math department, I'm a math teacher, and I really enjoy watching people work through their problems. So what I really like doing is putting some challenging problems on the board and not explaining them, not telling people how to do them, and then just letting them go. So people just grab markers and they start doodling and start figuring things out. And so if you walk by most of the math rooms at any given time, you'll see people out of their chairs and having conversations and seeing what other people are doing. So while it might look a little unorthodox, sometimes people aren't really used to learning that way. It's great because it's really cooperative, and it's not just watching me do all the work. The students are doing the work. It's great.
I'm looking to pursue a career in law, and in law class, I've been doing my studies there, doing everything I can just to get myself ready for that path and journey. growing myself inside and outside the classroom, all the teachers and students that have kind of helped me, become the man I am today, and just kind of served as a place for me to grow and learn kind of everything in life.
STMC has given me a sort of trial run at being a software developer, because in my own free time I did develop an app for the school. The school really welcomed it, and it wasn't like something irrelevant that I had made. It was something that the school really thought had potential, and they invested in that potential by giving me the privilege of releasing it under the name of the school. This overall helped solidify my career choice to becoming a software developer. Engaging in academics a lot really helped me find my passion for being a STEM student, and really helped me discover the potential to which I could be a scientist.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're super grateful that although we can't have you here in person, that you're able to see over the course of the last 45 minutes, 46 minutes or so, some of the pieces that we believe make our school and our community a really special place. You've heard it from our students, you've heard it from our parents, you've heard it from our staff. This is my 32nd year in the craft, a vocation I felt I was called to. And I can tell you with all honesty and sincerity that this school is a place that for me is providential, of being called to be here too. It is a special place. We often say that community is our special sauce. If you did a ding this evening and a bell went off, or a little ding went off every time the word community was said by one of the individuals that you've heard this evening, I'm going to guess that we're probably over 300-400 on a counter right now. But that's who we are and what we're about. We are that school and that community that, as I said when I started, we punch way above our weight. A top 25 academic school across the province with 252 high schools. We're proud of that. More proud of the fact that of that top 25 elite schools that you see in some of the places across the province that has both low and high incidence special needs programs. We take all comers. We have the gamut of students in terms of academic ability and academic needs that are there. We also, for a school that each year competes at the highest levels across the province in terms of athletics, for a school our size probably has more provincial championship blue banners hanging from our gym than schools 4 and 5 times our size. So we hope you got a little bit of a flavor. We're going to do a bit of a transition here in just a second into some chat rooms and some breakout rooms where you can interact with many of the people that you actually saw this evening at certain points over time of different clips. Most of the students that you had speaking this evening will be in our student life panel, and we'll have Ava, and we'll have Callum, and we'll have Kevin, I believe Jenna, and we've got Sophia also in that room as well. And Eric, we're really thankful that they're here to join us this evening. So from a student perspective, if you've got really questions that you want to get into to ask fellow students, please do so. They're there for you. Parents, if you want to find more about the academic programs that we have and some of the other pieces that we have, we number of our directors and coordinators that are in the kind of teacher and program breakout room. We've got David Mariazzo, who's our campus minister, director of campus ministry. Sorry, David. Director of campus ministry. We've got James Borthistle, our athletic director. Ms. Cassie Lowlang as our director of student life. She's also an active VP, acting VP role for us right now as well. We have Ms. Erica Cameron, who is the head of department for mathematics, is joining that group tonight. And then lastly, and the person that's going to be moderating that room as well, and the chat that's going on at the side too, is Mr. Joe Muse. I was just saying off camera that two of the finest people, teachers that I've ever seen come from the province of Nova Scotia, and Mr. Muse is one of them. So Joe is a senior physics teacher here at our school, and also has some incredible extra co-curricular opportunities that our students are involved with that he leads. One is at the University of Saskatchewan, the beamline, the national beamline, where they go into the synchrotron. The other one is is a global competition, the CANSAT competition that's put on by the European Space Agency. So Joe is there, Eric is there, James is there, David's there. We're really thankful that they're taking time tonight. So parents, if you want specific questions about that. The last group, and this is a super important group as well, it's some key members of our admissions team. Mrs. Maria Cirillo, who is our registrar. If you phone our school, you're likely talking to Maria first. She's our first point of contact. Some of you have probably already chatted with her, trying to get some advice in terms of what forms, or how does that happen, what does this deadline look like. She's there to answer some questions for you, as well as we've got Mr. Daryl Hall, who's our Director of Admissions. Daryl is in his 43rd year as a servant leader within our school and our community. Mr. Hall is a former principal of St. Thomas More Collegiate. Just an absolute legend within our own school community, and those people that have had him know how cherished a teacher he is. He is there to answer questions from parents and students regarding the admissions process. Now, we start every year by saying it's difficult for us to be able to take every kid that we want to take. There are some outstanding students and some outstanding parents just because of space and availability, we just are not able to take all of our applicants. So a dedicated team led by Mr. Hall will begin vetting applications in the next week. Deadline for submission is coming up this Friday. If you need pointers about everything that we're looking for on our end, as I said, cheesy but not, but how students can demonstrate that they have the night stuff. They have the things that are going to add to the fabric of our school and our community and make us a better place. Mr. Hall is the person that you want to direct your questions to. He'll help navigate some of the things that are there for you. Give you some advice in terms of, here are things that we see generally, here are things that we see from really successful candidate applications. So 3 breakout rooms. We hope that you've got time in your schedule, that you can jump into any of those over in the next little while. We'll give you some instructions on how to get there in a second. I'd be remiss, though, if I didn't wrap up this evening on this portion of it at least, to do some thank yous. First and foremost, I want to thank our media arts production team, a slew of students, our students, that have put these clips together, that have learned so many skills, but really they're proud of their school, and they took a great time to put that for us. So I want to thank the media arts team for that. Want to thank all of our student volunteers that put themselves forward to be a representative this evening. And a chunk of those students are going to be available in the Student Life panel. I hope you get a chance to go over there as well. I want to thank Choil and Leanne from Sport Canada TV. They become a partner with us, a journey that started in the pandemic with our grad in 2020. And we've been blessed to have them as part of our interaction with community outside of a live production, be able to broadcast it near and wide. Everything from our open houses the last 2 years, as well as our grad events. And we're thankful for them and their expertise joining our team as well. Mr. Daryl Hall, our Director of Admissions, you're going to meet him if you jump into the admissions team breakout room. Again, thank you for everything that he's done. Mr. Ken Olson, our Director of IT, for helping some of the magic behind the scenes in terms of the cyber world, allowing us to come live from here into your home. Mr. Joe Adams and Mr. Ethan Shoemaker, some partners in crime that I have in our admin team, and I'm very thankful and appreciative of having them as friends and colleagues, but real big parts to play in this evening's production as well. But lastly, there are 2 big names that have allowed us to get there, and that's Mr. Winston Brown, who is the teacher leader of that group of media arts students, and the hours that they have put in together over the last little while to get this done for us. And finally and lastly, Ms. Cassie Lowing, who has done just more than your person's service to get us to here. So that's our thank yous. Specific instructions now, if we can. We're going to need a lag of about, I'm told, exactly 180 seconds. I'm not sure why, but it's 180 seconds. That's going to be needed from the time that this production wraps up until the time that it's going to be live in the breakout rooms. Now, if you get a chance, go back and visit our main page where you took the link to join the YouTube production that we have this evening, our virtual open house. Right below that is our links to 3 places: Breakout Room 1, Breakout 2, and Breakout Room 3. Breakout Room 1 is our student life area. If you just want to jump in, ask some questions, whatever chat room you join though, please make sure that you direct your questions into the chat area. We have a moderator in the room who will be looking at the questions, posing the questions to the people in the room, and they'll be answering the questions that you have. The second one is our teachers and our directors and some of our coordinators and department heads. They'll be at the teacher and program breakout room. That's number 2. And then lastly, and a lot of people go to this next one, it's the breakout room for our admissions team. And Ms. Cirillo and Mr. Hall will be there. And if I remember from last year, they were there about 45 minutes, maybe a bit longer, still answering as many of those questions as they could from the chats. Ladies and gentlemen, that wraps up this portion. We hope you can join and stay with us for the questions that are coming our way. At this point in time, I can tell you that our applications will be accepted up to about midnight on Friday, the 14th of January. At this point now, I can say conservatively for our grade intake next year, we're already looking at about 210 applications that are in. We suspect we've probably got another 30, 40, maybe even 50 more that'll come in between now and the deadline on Friday. The hard work happens after that, and that's vetting those applications. We hope to make sure that we can let families know as soon as possible. Our target date is getting a team of staff to vet and go through and provide offers of admissions, the first round of offers of admissions, probably within 2 weeks after the deadline. So we're looking at just towards the last part of January, where we'll look at round 1 of our admissions process, and then we do have rounds 2 and 3. Mr. Hall and Ms. Cirillo might be able to chat a little bit more about that in the breakout room. But ladies and gentlemen, 180 seconds is going to begin about now. We thank you for everything that you've done joining us tonight. Questions continue, answers are coming. God bless and thank you.